Hello everyone, welcome. I've got Gray Cat here again to look at some more custom cards. This time we have
Yay!
an entire archetype of custom cards, and there's a lot of them. If you take a look at the timestamp down below, you'll notice that there's a lot of time left in the video. I don't know how much time exactly, but there's like 19 of these things.
So what's funny is that I had to do a cutoff because it was also like I think it was like I sent it to you early in the morning before I got on my plane.
Mm-hmm.
I was just I sadly browse Facebook every now and again, and there's the cool groups like the trans groups and whatnot, but then sometimes there's the Yu-Gi-Oh groups, and Yu-Gi-Oh groups are like, hey, here's some custom cards, and I'm like, this is gonna be wild. So like this guy had made like 50 cards.
Wow.
And so I'm like, all right,
I
gotta stop. All of the same archetype.
Wow,
it's all the same art style, which is kind of iffy. That's but
it's interesting though. The art style, I looked carefully to make sure it wasn't AI, because this looks like a very faithful recreation of Yu-Gi-Oh art style with a couple of hiccups here and there.
Yeah, because I was like, is this AI? I can't really tell.
I looked hard and I don't think it is.
Yeah, if it isn't, then by all means, kudos to this guy for making 50 different cards. Because like he said it was like part 1. And I'm like, what the hell else are you doing for part 2? Because like you already have more cards than most archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like you're getting into hero levels of cards. Holy shit.
And like, I haven't read what these do though. So mind you, I do not know what they do.
Yeah.
So they could be absolute ass. But it was a whole archetype, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what you roll with.
So we've got 19 of them here. That's about as many as we had for the previous videos where we just did 20 at a time. So let's see what we can get into with this archetype, Skelett. You might notice that this is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, but it's actually the alternative Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon. You know, they got Yu-Gi-Oh naming conventions down. I'll give them that.
That's true. It's like, hey, just so you know, since it's not... someone's gonna be like, this is a Blue Eyes card, and it's like, no, this is actually a Skelett-Eyes, so like please read it right.
These obviously are like inspired by the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon stuff. They're all zombies, they're skeletonized,
which, truth be told, the Red Eyes Zombie stuff lore needs to be expanded on, because it's like
so cool.
We've talked about it before, but Red Eyes just has an identity crisis of like, its lore is everywhere, and because of that lore being everywhere, it just decides all of its card effects are everywhere.
Yeah, and Red Eye Zombie is not even... the Red Eye Zombie stuff doesn't even work with Red Eyes at all. It's just a zombie archetype.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever get the Red Eyes Zombie structure deck back in the day?
No, I got Dragon's Roar instead.
Which one was
the
that
Red Eyes
one?
Darkness Dragon one.
Ah, gotcha. No, I got the zombie one because I wanted to be that edgy kid. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of the structure. I remember I got all of the main Duelist Kingdom structure decks except Pegasus, because I hated Pegasus.
See, I got Dragon's Roar because I wanted more cards to well, I wanted Red Eyes Darkness Dragon because it looked awesome, and I also wanted more dragon cards to support my Blue Eyes. And then I put Red Eyes Darkness Dragon and Blue Eyes in the same deck, and it was terrible. It was awful. I don't know why I did that, because I was bad at the game.
All right, so what's the Skeet Dragon do?
Yeah, what's Skeet Dragon doing?
I'm gonna call it Skeet Dragon. I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna be like, it's not. It's Skelett. Gray. It's like, no, I'm gonna call it Skeet Dragon, or it's the Skeet archetype.
It's level 8. It's got the Blue Eyes stats. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must first be special summon from your hand by revealing a Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon from your hand. Okay, so it is alternative dragon. You can only special summon alternative Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon once per turn this way. This card's name becomes Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you contribute this card special summon a Skelett-Eyes monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, destroy one zombie monster on the field. You can only use this effect of alternative Skelett-Eyes Dragon or Spectral Dragon once per turn.
So the first, like, what, 2-3 sentences is alternatives effect, verbatim.
Yeah. And then it has this swap out effect.
Yeah, I like the memento idea behind this.
Yeah, there's definitely some memento inspiration here, which is another archetype that just takes old Yu-Gi-Oh cards and turns them into bone creatures. Although with a bit more of an interesting aesthetic, I would say. But this is still fine.
I think this, going off of this right off the bat, works better. Because don't get me wrong, Memento's great. Like, someone's going to come at me and be like, no, Memento's like top 3 in all these TCG and OCG. And I'm like, listen, I hate that almost all of the Memento cards are different attributes and different types. So it screws me up so bad. Because I'm like, okay, what are you? Okay, you're Aqua, but you're also flying, but then your boss monster is an Earth, your other boss monster is an Earth. Like, both Creation and Creation King are Earth, right?
I couldn't tell you. I stopped caring about Memento when I actually played the deck and realized it was boring as fuck.
You say that, but I watched like 3 videos of yours trying to play the Memento combo and be like, man, this is great. I love this.
No, there's no way I said that because I thought it was boring as fuck. I stopped playing it because I was tired of it. It took so long.
You said it was fun, but it had cool ideas, but it took too long. But you did say it was fun. It has cool
ideas. I will say that it does have cool ideas. I think I might have been saying it was fun because I didn't want people to yell at me. But I'm now over that.
Come out in Master Duel.
I'm now over that. You can yell at me all you want. I think Memento is boring. Although I guess the new stuff is a little bit more interesting, but it still takes so long. Even with the new stuff, it takes forever.
I am going to side with you that I did dismantle all of my Memento cards because I was like, this shit takes forever. And if I do the combo I understand, like, if you do a combo any point wrong, like, it's bad. But, like, most of them have recovery.
Memento is the least forgiving deck of all time.
It's like, cool, now I'm left with Gaddock on field.
And not only does it least forgiving deck of all time, it also loses to shit, like just hard loses to some forms of interruption, and it takes up your entire goddamn timer. And so for the rest of the goddamn duel, if you're playing in Master Duel, for the rest of the goddamn duel, you are on a 30-second timer every turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's no. This card sucks. I'm just gonna say it.
Why?
It's the only effect it has that's actually relevant is the one where it can swap out for another guy, and that it can only activate when an opponent's monster declares an attack.
Oh shit, you're right. Declare. Ugh.
Yeah, this card's awful.
You're dependent on your opponent. Oh, that's. Oh, it's not just dependent on an opponent. Like you could declare an attack.
No.
When an opponent's
monster declares an attack.
No,
yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? No.
Yeah. No, it's awful. It's dog shit.
Ugh.
Oh, okay. I forgot to say this at the beginning, and this is a good time to say this. These criticisms are by no means a criticism of the person who made this. Keep making custom cards. It's really fun. You should do it.
Yeah.
We're just having some fun here and trying to evaluate these cards as if they were real cards. Try not to take any offense of it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
It's all good. It's all good. Again, this is taken from a Facebook group, so no telling how far down the line it's been taken.
Next up. So you'll find that there's a lot of forms of the Skelett-Eyes dragon. This is Skelett-Eyes Rot Dragon, which is also an 8. If this card is in your hand, you can target 2 zombie monsters, one from each graveyard, including a skeleton monster, banish them, and if you do, special summon this card. Okay, so this is requiring you to play Zombie World, and I think that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, Zombie World's already a floodgate.
Zombie World is like a good card, but this deck has 19 cards in it. I'm not going to play a card that requires Zombie World to be on the field to be useful.
Okay, so you're going to have 3 copies of Zombie World.
Well,
okay,
not necessarily. You can have 1 copy of Zombie World and
minimum 1 copy, and Necro Banshee.
Yeah, Necro World Banshee. And then of course you can play what is his name? The big guy who has a negate on him.
Not Hades. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Balder King?
Baller.
Yeah, okay, yes. So boom, we get a free negate. So that's 3 required cards already, which isn't great.
I mean, Baller Drake, it doesn't have to be on here, but if you're playing Zombie World, you probably should be playing him.
Yeah, like it's
crazy. He's so insane.
It's like zombies are an interesting archetype. I really do wish that there was more done with it. Like it wasn't Duelist Kingdom. I know the Yugi Boomer in me is speaking, but like when Bones played with the zombies, it was really fucking cool.
Zombies is one of the few decks that has like a typing deck, or one of the few types I should say that has like its own deck. Like Dinosaur is one of these zombie. Mostly like Yu-Gi-Oh is archetypes. And I think it's really cool that there are some types that have their own decks like this.
Yeah.
And zombie is actually like one of the more powerful ones because Dinosaur is kind of mid. I guess Cyber Slop is pretty good, so you could have that as one of your like. But Cyberse is like several different archetypes slung together. Whereas Zombie is like a whole bunch of one-offs mostly. There's some archetypes in there too, and then there's Dinosaur, which barely has any archetypes at all.
I really, yeah. Sadly, you do have to play Zombie World to make this card.
Yeah, because otherwise you're relying on your opponent to have a zombie monster in graveyard. For one, this is requiring your opponent to have a have a monster in graveyard at all to activate this effect. So I guess if they ash you. And that's already a zombie, so you don't even need to worry about that. So if they ash you, you can summon
shit,
this
yeah,
guy.
you're right. Ash is a zombie. I keep forgetting that. I keep thinking she's like a not a winged beast or just like a beast archetype.
Yeah, no, she's
so weird.
She's a zombie.
Aren't most of Ghost Girls except Ghost Ogre? Ghost Ogre's psychic.
Ghost Ogre's psychic. I think most of them are zombies. Yeah.
I just don't play. I don't play Maiden or Moonlit Chill enough to remember.
Yeah, they're not particularly great.
Oh wait, there's a Zombie World effect in the next sentence. I just realized.
Yeah, if your opponent was special summon a monster while you control Zombie World, quick effect, you make this card lose exactly 1,000 attack, and if you do negate the special summon, if you do destroy that monster. Okay.
Oh, well, then you have that last part of each effect once per turn.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. It goes down to 2,000. I don't know. This card is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You get 3 potential negates. You get a definite negate.
But it requires you to play Zombie World.
Yeah, so like this is a definite I have to play Zombie World card.
Yeah. This would be, honestly, I feel like this would be better in just a zombie deck where you're playing Zombie World and this is the only Skelett-Eyes card you're playing. But we'll see as we get to see more Skelett-Eyes. Like Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon, which is the non-alternate version of that other guy. This card's in your hand. You can target 2 zombie monsters, 1 from each field. Okay. We really want to play Zombie World, huh?
Yeah, that's a Zombie World requirement sentence right there.
Including a skeleton monster. Destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card. As a card special summon, you can activate one of these following effects. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each zombie monster in the graveyards. Add a Skelett Burst of Burying or Skelett Spectral Attack from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn.
It's not horrible. This is like a time card burn.
Yeah.
I don't know if I included Burst of Burying or Spectral Attack.
Do we need this guy for the other guy? Is this the one it asked for? Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon.
Skelett-Eyes Spectral Dragon. Okay, so that's the alternative. So
you have to play that to play the alternative. But the alternative wasn't particularly good, so
we don't need the alternative. We just play this.
Yeah, and this one's a better card. I don't think it's great, but it's a better card for sure.
Yeah, I could see it being like an in-game summon kind of deal.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it probably depends on what Skelett Burst of Burying and Skelett Spectral Attack do.
Yeah, so hopefully it's in this list. Otherwise, I'd be super upset we don't get to see the full power of the Skelett-Eyes.
And here's Skelett Dark Magician. You thought this was just a Blue Eyes bat chest? No, we have Dark Magician in here too.
Okay, can I just say that like the outfit is kind of confusing me?
He's got this ribs over the robes.
Yeah, why are the ribs over the robes? See, this is where I was like, I didn't know if this was AI or not because it was scaring me. But I was like,
yeah,
it's so like, weird.
It's so weird, but it's like it looks like it was drawn, right?
Like it's still cohesive.
Yeah, there's nothing in it that it's like, oh, that's a clear like AI mistake.
Yeah, so weird design choice.
It's possible that it's AI generated and they cleaned it up afterwards, maybe, but I don't know.
Possibly, I don't know. Okay.
I'm just gonna go off the benefit of the doubt and say it's not AI generated because I cannot tell it is, and hopefully that is true. So this is the Dark Magician. He's a level 7, as you might expect. He's a zombie, and he's got the Dark Magician stats. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a zombie world or a skeleton monster you control, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate that effect. Oh.
Oh,
This
and then
guy's
the
not bad.
The last sentence, cool.
You can only use this effect to Skelett-Eyes Dark Magician once per turn. Your opponent cannot target cards in your field zone with card effects. This card's good.
Yeah, wait, this is...
Well, hold up. I just found my least favorite line of text in the entire game. Targets. Effect that targets.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
It's a goddamn targeting negate. I hate targeting negates. Okay, Gate Guardian combined. At least in this case, I think most of the ways you would get rid of Zombie World that aren't like Harpy's Feather Duster would target. And nobody's playing
MST,
Harpy's Feather Duster.
I'm just trying to think. I mean,
Unless
MST would...
Duel.
God, yeah. That's Cosmic Cyclone all over.
Yeah.
But is Cosmic Cyclone target? I don't recall.
I don't know. I don't actually remember. I think it does. It feels like it should. But
I feel like
the
should.
thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is that what targets and what doesn't target is completely nonsensical. It's just based on what words they use.
Yeah, it is a targeting.
Because like you think target would mean if a spell or if an effect has a single target, and then like Harpy's Feather Duster doesn't target because it hits everything, right?
Yeah.
But no, that's not the case. It's just whether it says target or not. Unless it's an old card, in which case it depends on whether the judge says it's a targeting effect or not. I hate targeting. I hate it so much. It doesn't make any grammatical sense at all. They should come up with a new name for it because it is a good mechanic. Like, it's important mechanically for Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's bad grammatically, and it's very bad for communication.
Okay, you say that, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Still applies for the rules of when and then. And people don't understand the when and then clause.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, nope, it's a when effect. And I'm like, or it's a then effect. I'm like, you know what?
When you can is the issue.
God, I just, again, the language is so frustrating in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, like, Pokemon is a little bit easier to comprehend. Magic is also hard, I will admit. But like Yu-Gi-Oh, you need a dictionary.
The funniest part about when you can is that you can never change it now because we've designed entire archetypes around when you can.
Yeah.
Like if you change when you can to not miss timing, Yang Zing becomes absolutely busted. Every single Yang Zing card suddenly procs off of being used for a synchro summon.
So, okay.
Although, honestly, at this point, that might not matter. Like, honestly, like we've power crept so much that might not even matter anymore.
Side note, I was not aware that the Yang Zing, my brain just automatically translates Yang Zings to be like part of the Sword Soul archetype. I didn't realize they were part of the Terminal storyline.
Are you? This is the other thing is like there's also the Tenyi, right? And the Tenyi and the Yang Zing feel like one and the same to me sometimes.
Yeah, and like they're played together, but it's like no, they're completely separate archetypes, different storylines, not related at all. They just happen to be together, and I'm like, oh, why? Like y'all can make this work. It's so frustrating.
Like why do all the early worms kind of just go in one pile together? It's weird.
I mean, considering that like.
I guess Tenyi aren't that early. Like, they're kind of later because they're Link monster era.
Yeah, but there's not a lot. There's Shaman, Monk,
yeah,
the big 3K guy.
Yeah, they were made during the Link era because the idea is that you make these links that don't have any effects to get your effect monsters off the field. But whereas Yang Zings were made in like. I want to say like middle Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, like around. I think it was around Ixie's era.
It was a Terminal era.
Maybe it was Pendulum, but like it was definitely like a very early one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're in Terminal, so they end up getting involved in the Zephyr stuff. Terminal is such a mess. It has so many different things going on all at the same time.
Nah, we don't. We need an anime of two girls kissing.
We need an anime of Terminal World just to figure out what the hell is going on.
I like how someone in a
no,
comment
Golden was done his best, but you know.
There was a comment in a video that was explaining the Terminal World history, and it's like everyone gets revived at the end, and then Gen X in the corner being like, "I'm all alone still. All my friends still died."
It must suck to live in the Terminal World universe because every like other year there's a earth-shattering apocalypse happening.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I didn't realize that the Gym Knights were part of it too, but anyway, back to the Skeets.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Is fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I
It's
really
got some
feel
cool
like
utility, and I think it's the best card we've seen so far.
Yeah, a lot of these just quick effects being summonable, and then I feel like they're just going to be used for Link XC's fodder.
Yeah, at least with this one, you know, it protects Zombie World from a lot of effects. It can protect Skeleton monsters as well, and then it prevents targeting from the field zone, which is nice. It's nice. It keeps the Zombie World on the field longer.
Yeah.
Next up, alternative Skelett Dark Magician.
We lost our clothes. Okay.
We lost a little bit of clothes. Look at that spell circle in the background. Is it AI? This one is the one that made me really kind of question, like, is that AI or is it just stretched weird?
I couldn't tell you, Chief.
Yeah. I'm, again, going with the benefit of the doubt. Anyways, cannot normal summon or set, must be first special summon from your hand by revealing a Skelett Dark Magician in your hand. You can only special summon Dark Skelett Advance. God damn it. Alternate Skelett Dark Magician once per turn this way. This card's name becomes Skelett Dark Magician while in the field or in the grave. This card's special summon or any monster is special summon from your opponent's field. While you control Zombie World, you can target one face-up zombie monster in the field. It gains 500 attack. You can only use this effect once per turn.
This is dog shit. Any effect that makes it to where like you gain attack and defense, I'm like, I do not care. Especially during my opponent's turn, they already have full combo. I'm losing.
If a card is summoned while you control Zombie World, you can target and gain 500. Awesome, dude.
Hold up. Am I okay? If this card is supposed to summon or a monster is supposed to summon your field
while you control Zombie World. This card is awful.
Nah,
this is the worst card I've ever seen.
I mean, there isn't an alternative Dark Magician, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, there's not.
Okay, then there needs to be something just so that way people could be like, Blue Eyes and Dark Magician are same power levels, whatever. But yeah, no, this is shit.
Terrible. Here's Skelett Dark Magician Girl.
You know what? I was really hoping, what if they were just like, if it was AI generated, they would be like, here's like skeleton boobs.
Skeleton boobs. Yes, it should have been skeleton boobs. Gains 300 for each zombie monster your opponent controls. You can only use each of the following effects of Skelett Dark Magician once per turn. When an opponent's monster declares an attack while zombie world's on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you control another skeleton monster, you contribute this card, target a card in the field, send that target to the graveyard. No, bad card.
It's okay. It's very okay.
It's like so okay, it's bad.
You know what I realized too is that like I was thinking that it was going to be the same effect of Dark Magician Girls, where it gains 300 attack for every Dark Magician on the field and graveyard. But this is for each zombie monster your opponent controls. So this is how are we getting this out? Is there a special summon? What you can summon this card from your hand? Well,
yeah, you can special summon from your hand when your opponent monster declares an attack while zombie world is in the field zone. So your opponent monster has to declare an attack, and you have to have Zombie World on field.
Again, that's if they haven't cleared out your whole field, because any card that activates in the battle phase, and the battle phase is so bad because it's just like battle phase 1, 2, 3, and it's like it's a damage step. Okay, now you can activate. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I cannot respond to any of that, it makes me more frustrated. But it just sucks.
Yeah, this card's not good at all. Skelett Wyvern. It's a 3. Finally, a normal summonable monster. During the damage tip, when your Skelett monster battles an opponent's zombie monster, quick effect, you send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That opponent's monster loses 1400 attack at the end of this turn.
it's just We don't summon this. This is literally just a hand trap, but it's a bad hand trap.
It's fucking Kalut. It's fucking reverse Kalut.
Okay, but the second half is not bad.
You can manage this card for your graveyard, especially with level 5 or higher skeleton monster from your hand. Oh, that's cool. How am I getting it in the graveyard?
You're getting it in the graveyard by
summoning it and like getting another guy on field and making vampire girl the link to.
Well, it's not gonna be like turn 1 setup. It's gonna be you set up your board or main phase 2. Because when your skeleton monster battles an opponent's zombie monster, so you already have to have zombie world or they're playing another zombie archetype. And then you could dump Wyvern, and then in main phase 2 activate the rest of this shit.
So
which even then it's again, it's all battle phase oriented and it's not great.
Yeah, that's the thing here. I'm looking, what is our turn 1 play? And so far, nothing. It's nothing.
Our turn 1 play is
make
to
Zombie World.
make Zombie World
Baylor Drog.
Have 1 negate on board, 3 solemn judgments. I'm done. Like I really don't know.
Maybe Skelett-Eyes Decay Dragon will help. Because you wanted another Skelett-Eyes Dragon, didn't you?
No, of course. Blue Eyes. Oh, my bad. Skelett-Eyes.
It's still got the Blue Eyes stats. If this card's in your hand, you can target 2 zombie monsters, 1 from each field. Okay, it's a bad card. Let's move on. No, click a skeleton monster, destroy them. If you do special in this card, if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you activate one of the following effects. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, change the attack of that monster to 0.
No. Okay, wait. So, like, does this have to be on the field to activate? No. Because that's a period. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, activate one of the following effects. So it's burn damage or discard from hand to make it 0.
No. It's on field.
Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the hand here, so it's on field.
Oh my god.
It inflicts damage to them, or it sends itself from the field to the grave to change the monster's attack to 0.
I mean, I do like changing the text of cards and changing effects, such as Dark World. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a kind of negate, sort of.
Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna say this now, and then we can move on from this point. Is that this requires Zombie World, and I'm not a fan of that.
This card does not make actually any sense when you think about the text. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field. Oh wait, hold up. It's not even. No, it's not replacing the effect at all. No.
Oh.
It's they get to do their effect. It's just you can also burn them or change the attack of that monster to 0.
No, I was thinking this was like change text. Yeah, the change text ruling would be the effect is now.
Is now, yeah. And then if that was the case, then the thing is worded incorrectly for that. But no, this sucks. This card is terrible.
Never mind. I was for it, kind of. I was like giving it like a 5, and now you're like down to a 2. I can't give it a complete 1 because it's just
I hope the art is not AI because it is quite nice. Anyways, here's Skelett-Eyes Deceased Dragon.
Bro, if I'm making this fucking deck, I'm gonna get so confused and try to go to TCG Player and order the same card like 5 times.
So many different Blue Eyes.
This person really likes Blue Eyes, okay?
If this card is in your hand, you can target 2 zombie monsters, 1 for each graveyard. Including a skeleton monster. Banish them if you do special in this card. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you activate one of these effects. Send a Skelett Spell Trap directly from the deck. Send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Why does the other card even exist then? Why does that other card even exist? If this done the same thing, but better.
This is so much better. We can set, we can do our shit as well as negating. Like, oh my god.
This didn't need to be 50 cards. You could have reduced some of these redundancies.
I feel like they made a card and they're like, wait, I can make this better. And then did it again.
This one's fine.
It's better. It's fine. It's like a 5. I'm not gonna go crazy with it because it's still blue eyes, but
Yeah, and I like how it's like, oh, if the effect doesn't matter, you could just set a spell trap. If you're like, I don't care if they get that effect or not, you could set a spell trap instead.
set a spell trap plus get a body on board.
That's kind of a neat design, actually. Anyways, here's Skelett-Eyes Hunter Dragon.
Okay.
This one looks like it's in the fucking river delta, the other zombie field spell. If this card is in your hand, you can target 2 zombie monsters, 1 for each graveyard, including a skeleton monster.
No.
What now?
It's different. Next, read the next part of that.
Shuffle them into the deck in an extra deck, and if you do, switch them in this card.
We're not destroying anymore. We're shuffling them back.
Yeah, but you still have to have one from each graveyard.
Oh wait, it has to be from the grave. Oh my god, I thought it was from the field.
So, nope, from the grave.
If it was from the field, that would be a very good removal tool.
When your opponent will special summon a monster you control, while you control Zombie World, quick effects on this card: the graveyard negate the wasn't there another one earlier that negated the special summon?
But this also destroys.
So did the other one, right?
It'd be just one back.
No, it was a couple back. It was Rot. I think it was Rot.
No, you're right.
Make this card lose exactly 1,000 attack, and if you do, negate the special summon, and it still requires Zombie World on the field, and then destroy that monster. Yeah.
So we just lose 1,000 attack. Meanwhile, this new one makes it to where
it sends
we
itself
send
to
the whole card. Hell no! I'd rather pay the 1,000.
What is the point of having these redundant monsters? You are making the archetype. You don't have to add the redundancies that happen because Konami prints new cards 10 years later.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just well, I'm making it real life, to where Konami's just oh yeah, let's come back to this and update the text. You don't have to
make the cards.
This is modern day Yu-Gi-Oh. Go with it.
Okay. Skelett-Eyes Unlife Dragon.
I mean, we can't say murderer, kill, I guess.
The Skelett-Eyes Unalive Dragon.
Yeah, unaliver.
Okay, that first banish cards from the graveyard. Okay,
that's good. I like that.
Anti-malice card. Let's go. You can only use each of the following effects of the Skelett-Eyes Unlife Dragon once per turn. As the card sits in your hand, target 2 zombie monsters, 1 from each field. Including the skeleton monster, destroy them. Ooh, held up.
Okay, so it's not from the graveyard anymore.
It's still popping them, but there's been a couple of these I think that have done the from the field pop them. If you do special summon this card, if this card is special summon to your monster or a monster you special summon to your opponent's field, you control Zombie World. You can target a base up zombie monster. It loses 500 attack.
Well, we had it. They had us in the first half, Chief.
This is the opposite of that other one, right? There was another one that was it can gain 500 attack.
I think it's the alternative Dark Magician.
What the fuck is going on here? Why?
This person has a lot of Yugi Boomer, minuscule 500 attack defense.
This is so insane to me. Okay.
God.
Skelett Sorcerer.
Oh, normal summon?
Oh, it's 4. Yeah. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target a skeleton monster you control except for Skelett Sorcerer. Return it to the hand and use special summon this card in defense position. But if you summon it from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay. That's kind of interesting, actually. If this card is normal special, you can send a Skelett card from your deck to the graveyard except for Skelett Sorcerer. Okay.
Okay, so we got some graveyard effects that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, you can only use each effect once per turn. Oh my god, it's a good card. Wow.
I mean, yeah, summoning this in defense position for a wall isn't bad either.
This guy's just a good card. He summons himself from hand or grave. He bounces with the guy back to hand, and that can let you summon your alternative guys who suck ass. Or you can just you can summon the guys who pop the stuff on field again. You could use it that way. And then he does a Foolish Burial. This is not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just hopefully they don't Ash Blossom.
Yeah. Here's
Wait, was there a then in there to make it Ash Blossomable? Is there a then effect to make it Ash Blossomable, or am I mistaken? If you can.
It's they're separate effects, so you would only be able to Ash the Foolish Burial part.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, Skillet Rager. Awesome name.
Where's my monster?
It's a 6-star. If this card destroys a zombie monster by battle, it gains 500 attack and defense.
Is that cumulative? Is it just that battle?
It looks like it gains it permanently.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to keep track of tokens.
You can
Whatever.
only use each of the following effects of Skillet Rager once per turn. As card is in your hand, you can target 2 zombie monsters, one from each field, including a skeleton monster, to destroy them. And if you do a special on this card, when you put activates a spell trap card where you control Zombie World and this card in your graveyard, quick effect, you can add this card to your hand.
Their recursion's not bad.
Dog, this deck is going to absolutely be obliterated if you have any way to deal with Zombie World that's non-targeting.
You know what? I activate Necro Valley.
Yeah. They're just like fucking Harvey's Feather Duster to their ass.
Be like Harpy's Feather Duster. There's so many like ways to get rid of their shit.
Yeah.
But
Spell cards.
okay, finally.
Spell cards. Skeleton Magical Aura. He's aura farming. Look at that.
He's pondering the orb.
If you control Skeleton Dark Magician or Skeleton Dark Magician Girl, target one card, face-up card in the field, because it couldn't be that good, because it's placing counters. Okay, place a Skeleton counter on it. If a card with Skeleton counters, we destroy a battle or card effect, remove a Skeleton counter from it instead.
This does not need to be a normal spell. I feel like this needs to be a continuous spell. Like a once per turn.
This card's dog shit. This is so bad.
Yeah, I'm not running this because like if you're scared of Zombie World being destroyed, then you're gonna run the Dark Magician one to be able to pop out and save it, and it cannot be targeted. But then you would run Magical Aura. Again, I feel like it should be a once per turn continuous spell, and then you can place a Skeleton counter on whatever Skeleton card, and then just keep the counters going.
Yeah, I guess it does stop the the Harpy's Feather Duster the one time.
Yeah. Like it's so iffy, but again, like just making it a normal spell, I don't think works.
Well, what about Skeleton Magic? If you control Skeleton Dark Magician or Skeleton Dark Magician Girl, destroy all monsters on the field whose original type is not zombie.
Okay, that's cool.
During your main phase, instead of the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add a Skeleton Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. The first effect is good until you activate Zombie World, and then it doesn't do anything.
Whose original type is not. So
original type. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so you could still blow them up. You could still do a Raigeki.
Yeah, okay, that's like fine. Unless you end up in a mirror match.
Activate branded opening.
I think this is searchable. I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
Was this one of the searchable ones? I don't remember.
I don't remember. But it's not horrible.
Yeah, and the second effect just gets you one of the bad Dark Magician monsters back to your hand. So maybe you don't even bother. Well, no, you have to control one of them, don't you?
There it is. Burst of Burying.
Here's
the card
Burst
that we
of
can
Burying.
add.
That one was definitely searchable. If you control a Skelett-Eyes monster, change the attack of all monster opponent controls to 0 until the end of this turn. During the main phase, the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can manage the card from your graveyard. Add a Skelett-Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, but if you banish it from your graveyard, you can't add it back to your hand.
Bro, this card sucks.
Like, why does it banish itself, or instead of like sending itself back to the deck?
Same deal. That this should not be a regular spell. This should be a quick play battle damage step card.
Yeah, I think the idea is they want you to go for an OTK with this deck.
No, listen, we're already doing like the Memento-ified Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, making them zombies. We don't have to go for an OTK. OTKs are not fun. Stop making them.
Yeah. And then next up we got Skeleton Bones. We're in the Bone Zone. Target one level 6 or lower skeleton monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it. Okay.
Okay.
If a zombie worlds you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you banish this card from your graveyard instead. Why? Only
why?
Destruction.
This says Yuki Boomer text all over it.
There are things besides destruction. You could banish things, dog.
Also, why is Zombie World there Like, shouldn't it just be Zombie World?
I there might be cards that could become Zombie World on field. I'm not sure on
Oh,
that.
true. Like Sea Stealth and such. That might be a
I
thing.
don't remember if there is one or not. You
Uh,
can only use this effect once per turn. At the very least,
Okay.
it future-proofs it if they ever print one. So
Yeah.
Skelett Calling. At a level 7 or higher Skelett monster from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. If a level 7 or higher Skelett monster you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, you manage this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use this effect once per turn.
That's fine. It's a good recursion. But again, just like
It's a Rhoda, but it's like
it's fine. It's fine.
there's no searching for spell traps in this deck. Have you
There's
noticed
only
that?
one searcher.
There's only one searcher in the deck at all. Annoying. Skelett Bind.
Oh, a continuous trap. We're changing the icons finally.
Yeah. If you control a Skelett monster, activate this card by targeting one effect monster in the field that a face-up monster cannot attack. Also, your opponent must pay 600 life points to activate its effects.
Okay, taxes. We love that.
When it's destroyed, destroy this card.
Oh.
If this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you manage the Skelett monster from your graveyard except for a Skelett Bind. Set this card.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, the thing is that like so many of the other Skelett cards require, if you banish them, you get the bonus effect. So like, you're gonna have to have some kind of fodder Skelett card to get rid of to be able to get this bind back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also like, they pop up out opponent summons monster, activate effect, flip bind, negate effect, and then link it off or do something else, and then Skelett Bind's now gone. So it's one negate, but it's a very iffy negate.
I think Skelett Bind could be a lot worse. This is our last card, by the way. I'm gonna go back to Spectral. This is the one that searches. It searches Burst of Burying or Spectral Attack, which I don't think we have here.
We did not have Spectral Attack. Again, there was a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
And I could not find part 2, and like I said, I had to fly out, so I did not have time to come back to it because it was some random Facebook page that popped up on my feed.
What do we think of all this?
Very okay.
I think it's bad.
I think it's like a 3 or a 4. Like it's not bad. I do think that the mementifying Dark Magician and Blue Eyes is cool, and combining the two archetypes into one instead of definitely the Dark Magician and definitely Blue Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, there's just so much shit here that you don't need.
Yeah.
You definitely don't need like a majority of the Skelett-Eyes cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like real Blue Eyes. You're playing like what? 2 Blue Eyes, 1 alternative, and 1 jet.
I mean, if you're playing alternative, you're not even optimal. Like I'm pretty sure they're not playing alternative or jet at this point. I could be wrong on that though.
I have no idea. Like I've seen mixed bag on Master Duel. Master Duel girly.
People love to play jet because jet's a really cool card, and people love to play alternative because they're used to playing alternative. But if I remember correctly, you don't even play those. You only play the normal one. I could be wrong on that though. I'm really not an expert on what Blue Eyes is looking like at this point.
Here I am. I'm playing literally just 2 Blue Eyes in my Blue Eyes deck on Master Duel because I'm like, I have no idea how else to play this deck other than just 2 Blue Eyes and I'm done.
Yeah. These cards. I think the worst part about these cards is that they're boring.
Yeah, this is like very mid 2000s.
Like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
There was only a couple of effects in here that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like I should be doing that more. You're doing custom cards, making your effects interesting. Come on.
Yeah, and then also just again putting out like, oh yeah, this card gives you 500 attack and defense. I'm like, I do not care.
Yeah, you got to stop with all this attack stat stuff. I don't want.
I mean, considering that they're all 3Ks.
Stats.
Yeah, 3K 2500. Like, okay. And again, I am guaranteeing a slot in my deck being, Zombie World, and you don't have to, but again, you have World Banshee, and then you have your negate Balderrock. That's literally it.
If these cards were actually printed, I think you would see like a couple of them played in zombie decks and nothing else.
Yeah, no, you would not play the archetype itself.
No, not at all. Not unless there's something crazy in the second wave that would make any of this worth the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Like, you would not be playing
You're
any
not playing
of these alternatives. They're all the alternatives suck.
Rot's okay.
Rot's not bad, but we have like a worse version of Rot later.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Rot's fine just because you're able to negate theoretically 3 times.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other one's a negate once.
Spectral's good.
Yeah, Spectral's a searcher.
Dark Magician was okay.
It's protection.
Yeah,
and
I could see it being
summon.
played, maybe. Alternative sucks. Dark Magician
that one
sucks. Wyvern sucks.
Wyvern's silly.
Wyvern has a search effect on it. It's a good foolish burial target for the other guy later.
Yeah.
Decay Dragon sucks.
Deceased
Dragon is a better version of Decay, so I'll play that instead. Hunter Dragon sucks. It's the worst version of that card we were looking at earlier.
Unlife sucks too.
Unlife sucks. It's terrible.
Sorcerer is great.
Sorcerer is a good, and it can send that other card and make it actually worth using. Rager was okay, I feel like.
Wait. Go back one. Is it any Skelett card or is it okay? So it's any Skelett
any
card.
Skelett.
Oh, okay. I was interpreting this as any Skelett monster. Oh shit! If we're sending the spells and traps, then we could try to get some recursion set back up.
Yeah, there's a lot we could do there. Yeah, Rager is okay. Like the attack stat thing is whatever, but the fact that it can get itself onto the field easily by popping things and then can bring itself back to the hand is nice. Magical Aura, I don't like.
Again, if it was a continuous, by all means. Like, if I could make it to where I put a counter on cards every once per turn, then fine. But
I don't know
it's just
why
a one of.
It's
not great.
Skeleton Magic seems bad, but you could
just the first effect.
You could theoretically send it off of Sorcerer and then banish it to get a search. I don't know if that's better than sending the other guy, but you know.
Except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You have to do it on.
Oh come on! Why put that on this card? This card is nothing.
You have to wait till turn 3. This is so bad.
Burst of Burying
needs to be a quick play. There's no fucking way you're using this normally.
It's nothing.
Because the thing is though is that if your opponent's playing this, right? If your opponent is playing against Skelett and they cannot set up a board, they are going to put their shit in defense. They are not going to put your stuff in attack because there is the chance that they know that you searched for this. But since it's not a quick play, you would have to activate it in main phase 1. Hope they don't put up a negate to stop it or to stop your attacks, which is why it has to be a quick play. During damage step I activate, you have no response time.
Yeah, and you know what? It also has the except to turn this card was sent to the graveyard text. Awesome, dude. Real
I
cool.
like how we just ignored that sentence and we were like, oh my god, the other card's great. And now it's like, well...
and then this one's your Rhoda.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's not. This one can get the lower level guys.
Oh, okay. Or your banishment.
Graveyard or banishment. Which is actually probably better in some ways.
Yeah. The other one's the Rhoda.
And then this one has a protection effect for Zombie World. I think this one's actually better than Magical Aura. Like, just play this instead. And then Skelett Calling is the Rhoda, but only for the high level guys.
Yeah. But again, you're
weird that we're only allowed to search
playing
those.
I'm trying to think of which, there's so many deceased dragons. Oh my god. My brain's not functioning with how many dragons we've looked at.
Yeah. There's the one with the summon negate, and there's the one with the negate.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, there's just a summon negate, isn't there? No, wait, there's a negate. Right. There's a monster negate. I think it's a monster negate, specifically.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that searches. Those 3 are good cards. you could start off with this. So like you probably want to play this, but it could be better.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it needs to have the destruction
And
protection. It's weird.
Yeah.
And Skillet Bind is kind of interesting, actually. I feel like this is kind of a worse Fog Blade, but it has more recursion than Fog Blade.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's just
like it prevents them from attacking. It doesn't prevent them from being targeted by attacks, but it doesn't negate their effects. But it does make them pay 600 life points to activate their effects.
Yeah.
So it's like it's got a lot of similarities to Fog Blade, and then it can recur itself a lot easier than Fog Blade can. Like literally, it just brings itself back to the field. You don't even have to wait on your opponent to do something. Isn't that crazy?
I wish I could find a part 2 to this.
If only the Skelett cards would benefit off of being banished.
Yeah, if this card is banished, then blank. But
none of them do that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll find the Skelett part 2 next time. For now, this has been, I think this is a little bit of a flop for me.
Yeah, we I tried to give it a try. Again, I read this at like 5 a.m. So I was like, "Oh, new cards. Let's look at them." And it's like,
so much text. Let's go. Yeah, I think I like the. I think the aesthetics are fine. I think there are some ideas in here that are good. But not enough to really make me interested in it as like a rogue kind of thing, and it's not good enough to be playable. Time like this, I wish I had a Nova scale on hand to analyze this scientifically. But I'm gonna say flop, absolute flop,
100%.
Myth busted. I don't know. We don't really have like a set way to end these videos. Your deck needs more work.
Just a little bit. Again, in good fun. Love you, whoever made this, but there are some things you need to address.
We need to like figure out how we actually end this like series ? Is it a series? I guess it's a series. We've done 3 videos of them now. Thank you so much for joining me, Gray Cat. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Gray Cat Cafe on pretty much all socials, and
yeah, go check Gray out, and we'll see ya in the next one of this untitled series where we take a look at custom cards. If you have any custom cards you want us to look at, put them down in the comments below and we'll take a look at them. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in the credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, and Fire Mizumi. A big thanks to all my other patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.